The Dreamer's Journey. Chapter 1. A Small Town, a Big Dream. Alice had always dreamed of leaving the small, quiet town she was born in. It wasn't that she hated the place. No, she loved it deeply, actually. The comforting familiarity of the streets, the old library where she spent countless hours, the scent of fresh bread from the bakery around the corner. It was home. But she knew it was not enough. She had bigger dreams. Dreams that only the dazzling lights of New York City could fulfill. Her journey started on an ordinary Tuesday morning, with the rustling of leaves outside her window and the sound of her mother humming in the kitchen. But Alice knew that her life was about to change. She had applied for a job in one of the most prestigious marketing firms in Manhattan. "I'm going," she whispered to herself as she packed her bag. The letter had arrived, an invitation to interview for the job she'd dreamed about for years. It wasn't going to be easy. She had no family in New York, no friends, and certainly not the financial backup many others might have. But Alice was determined. She had worked hard, saved every penny, and now it was time to face the city that never sleeps. Chapter 2. The City That Never Sleeps. New York was nothing like Alice had imagined. She thought she had prepared herself, but the overwhelming energy of the city took her by surprise. People rushed by, horns blared, skyscrapers stretched into the sky like giants. But there was also something magical about it. For the first time in her life, Alice felt like she was a part of something bigger. She found a small apartment in a rundown part of Brooklyn, not far from the buzzing heart of the city. It wasn't much, but it was hers. The first night in her new place, she stood by the window gazing at the shimmering skyline. She could see her future unfolding in front of her. The next day, she went to the marketing firm for her interview. Walking into the glass and steel building, she felt a sense of dread mixed with excitement. The woman who interviewed her, Mia, was sharp, poised, and everything Alice hoped to be one day. "You've got potential," Mia said with a smile after Alice answered a few questions. "But potential doesn't always translate to success in this industry. Are you ready to work harder than you've ever worked before?" Alice, with her heart racing, nodded. "I'm ready." Chapter 3. The First Taste of Reality. The first few months in the city were nothing short of brutal. Alice worked long hours at the firm, often staying late into the night, doing everything from brainstorming marketing ideas to running errands. Her dream job quickly became a relentless grind. The excitement of New York faded as she found herself caught in a whirlwind of emails, meetings, and deadlines. There were days when she felt completely alone, questioning whether it had been a mistake to leave the safety of her small town. The loneliness crept in when the city's vibrant lights dimmed at night, and she lay in her tiny apartment, staring at the ceiling, wondering if this was all worth it. But it wasn't just the work that was challenging. Her colleagues were competitive, ambitious, and sometimes downright cutthroat. Alice wasn't used to such an environment. In her small town, people helped each other, but here it seemed like everyone was out for themselves. One evening, after a particularly exhausting day, Alice met Olivia, a fellow intern who had been in New York for years. Olivia was confident, outgoing, and seemed to know everyone in the office. "You look like you need a break," Olivia said with a grin. "Come with me to a rooftop party tonight. Trust me, you'll forget about the stress for a few hours." Reluctantly, Alice agreed. She was hesitant. She wasn't the type to go out and party, but she needed something to break the monotony. Chapter 4. The Night That Changed Everything. At the rooftop party, Alice met people from all walks of life: writers, artists, entrepreneurs, and even a few celebrities. It was a night of laughter, music, and freedom. For the first time since she arrived in the city, Alice felt like she was part of something. The atmosphere was electric, and the view of the city at night was breathtaking. That night, as she stood on the edge of the rooftop, overlooking the twinkling lights of Manhattan, Alice realized something profound. It wasn't just about the job or the dream of success. It was about living fully. She had come to New York seeking success, but what she needed was a deeper connection with herself and the people around her. As she looked out over the city, Alice made a promise to herself. She would find balance. She would work hard, but she would also take time to enjoy the journey. She would build relationships, not just networks, and she would never forget why she came here in the first place, to live a life that was meaningful, not just successful. Chapter 5. The Heart of the Struggle. As weeks turned,